It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. Tyler Durden. You've been feeling it for a while now. The quiet suspicion that your life has been prepackaged. Like the boxes in your living room. Ordered, delivered, opened, and arranged just the way you thought they should be. You tick the boxes: career, relationship, social media presence, maybe a gym routine, maybe a hobby. But when the noise dies down, when your head hits the pillow, there's an ache, a question you can't quite answer. Is this it? Part 1. The hollow house you built. The world you live in tells you who you are. It sells you an identity. What to wear, what to eat, what your morning routine should look like. It tells you success is square footage, subscription tiers, and the latest phone in your pocket. And the strangest thing? You believed it. We all did. Because it's easier to follow the script than face the blank page. Easier to live inside a furnished identity than to risk building one from scratch. But here's the catch. Every script comes with fine print. Do not deviate. Do not question. Do not think too hard about why your life feels like it belongs to someone else. And that's why the ache is there. Not because you're broken, but because somewhere deep inside, you know you're living secondhand. Part 2. Meeting your Tyler. In Fight Club, the narrator creates Tyler Durden because he can't stand who he's become. He can't even say it out loud, so he invents a shadow version who can. Here's the truth. You have a Tyler too. Your Tyler is the part of you that wants to throw the phone out the window. It is the one who wants to walk into your boss's office and tell the truth. The part of you that wants to stop curating your life and actually live it. You keep Tyler locked away because you're afraid. Afraid that if you let that part out, everything will burn, and it might. But sometimes, burning is the only way to see what's left. Part 3. Pain as proof of life. Why did Fight Club exist? Not for the violence, not for the scars. It existed because pain was real. It cut through the noise. It stripped away the fake smiles, the polite scripts, the masks people wear when they're afraid to be seen. You may not be stepping into a basement to get punched in the ribs, but you know the hunger for something raw. That's why you overtrain, overshare, overspend, because you're desperate to feel something that isn't filtered or edited. The danger is confusing pain as awakening with pain as identity. Tyler made that mistake, and maybe you have too. Part 4. How Revolt becomes a new cage. Here's the thing no one tells you. Rebellion is easy. It's what happens next that's hard. You quit the job, you move cities, you end the relationship. It feels like freedom. And for a moment, it is. But then the new rules creep in. The minimalism rules, the hustle rules, the real self-care rules. You realize you're not free. You've just swapped uniforms. Fight Club starts as liberation, but ends as Project Mayhem. Another system, another leader, another set of commandments dressed up as freedom. and that's the trap. Tearing down the prison, only to build a prettier one in its place. Part 5, the real enemy. It's not your boss, not the government, not even the culture. The real enemy is the part of you that prefers a beautiful cage to the ugly, messy work of building freedom. The part that craves a savior, a Tyler, to tell you what to do so you don't have to decide for yourself. Freedom isn't sexy. It's not a montage of dramatic speeches and burning skylines. It's showing up every day, making choices you can't blame on anyone else. Part 6. Facing your shadow without becoming it. You need your shadow. You need that wild, unapologetic part of you that refuses to live on autopilot. But you can't let it run the show. Integration is the goal. Not domination. Not denial. That means having the courage to see your anger, your envy, your hunger, without letting them turn you into the thing you hate. Tyler had charisma, but no compassion. You can't make the same mistake. Part 7. The world won't save you. Waiting for the system to fix itself is like waiting for the ocean to stop being wet. It's not going to happen. The jobs will stay soulless if you let them. Social media will keep selling you someone else's dream. And no politician, no brand, no movement is going to hand you the meaning you crave. Meaning is made by you. Part 8. Your fight club without the basement. You don't need bare-knuckle brawls to wake up, but you do need something that cuts through the static. You need challenges that scare you, work that demands all of you, rituals that pull you out of numbness and into the real. Maybe it's running until your lungs burn. Maybe it's telling someone you love them without a safety net. Maybe it's quitting the thing that's been killing you slowly. The form doesn't matter. What matters is that it's yours, not borrowed, not sold, not copied from a TikTok morning routine. Part 9. Building without worshiping. Tyler could destroy, but he couldn't build without becoming a dictator. You have to be different. Build, but don't worship what you build. Make rules, but be willing to break them. Lead yourself, but never forget to listen. Because the moment your creation becomes untouchable, you've replaced one tyranny with another. Part 10. The final scene. The film ends with buildings falling and two people holding hands. The book ends with the narrator in a mental ward, still haunted. One's a cinematic mic drop. The other is truer to life. Because in real life, transformation isn't one grand gesture. It's a series of small, unglamorous choices. Choosing to face yourself. Choosing to tell the truth. Choosing to build a life that's yours, even when it's hard. Last words. Your turn. You don't need Tyler to save you. You don't need to blow up the skyline. You don't need to punch your way into feeling alive. You need to look at your life and ask, what is mine? What is borrowed? What am I ready to burn? And then you start. Not tomorrow. Not after you feel ready. But now, because every day you wait, the cage gets prettier, and you forget the door was ever open. So fight, not to destroy the world, but to reclaim yourself from it. No one else can do it for you, and that's the best news you'll ever hear.